Can I be real or is it boring? To give you a peace of mind, cause mine is so enormous. Way past the norm, Norman, while you're conforming. Like comforting mattresses.
What up, though? It's that nigga Mom, man. And I'm debating somebody about reparations. So I'm gonna go to what the original post was about. It's about Obama. Whatever. I'm gonna go back. This Dr. Claude Anderson, and he has some, not fairly nice words to say about.
What do you think of Barack Obama for being president?
But Barack Obama is a joke.
Before we get into this, like, subscribe, and share so we hit that 100K today. And we gonna get into it because let's get right into what Claude Anderson got to say.
What do you think of Barack Obama being president?
But Barack Obama is a joke. Barack Obama didn't do a darn thing for black folk. As a matter of fact, he hurt black folk in two ways. First of all, he had 8 years to do something for black folk, but he carefully and judiciously judiciously avoided doing anything for black folk. And most of my white.
This is my thing. Okay, judiciously, this that. He didn't go in depth with his statement, so it's like an internal hate there, where he had an expectation, and his expectation was really a fantasy, because it was never stated by the Obama that he was going to do these things. My thing, I'm not siding with Obama because I knew he couldn't do shit. Like every president is a puppet. Alright. And as I looked at a professor on a video earlier, he stated that the racist state that America is at now, once Trump got in office, that's not new. It's just back to the regular program. Because we had 8 years of a black president. They was hating that shit, but it was somewhat peaceful, right? Because we had somebody that was competent in the office. So even if shit wasn't looking as bad as it is now, he was able to speak so eloquently that shit seemed alright, regardless of what we see on TV. But we see on TV, then we hear Trump, it's like, oh, shit's fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I understand what he's saying in a sense, but it's like we need more in-depth details, like the infrastructure of what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? And this is old, so if Dr. Claude Anderson ever sees this video, which I kind of doubt, but I kind of have hope that he might see this video and he's able to give a deeper answer. But we're going to listen to the rest of the video because he may provide one in here.
For black folk. And most of my white friends told me in politics, and I was always with president governors, they say, hey, we would never vote for Obama.
My friends and my white friends in politics, we would never vote for Obama. Still not reasonable. Crash out on him.
We know he's gonna do something for black folk. We knew
we knew he wasn't gonna do shit. Like, he can't. He's a puppet. Just like George Bush. I feel like presidents is just a face to blame. You blame the face. But the government are the working bodies of this. Obviously, he's supposed to sign these particular things. But with Trump, I feel like he's outside of the puppeteering. So all the stupidity do is on his own doing. Unless, people manipulate him like BB did.
He would never do anything for black folk. Mm-hmm. And so, but that's the first thing. He never did anything for black folk. But he used that old thing that they did back in Philadelphia in 1789. He used very broad, ambiguous terms. I'm the president of all the people.
They like to say a rock.
All this it still doesn't equate to what his initial statement was. And if you're able to critically think, you understand what I'm saying. All this other shit he's saying doesn't equate. He was like, yeah, he hurt us black people, but yeah, this judicial shit, go into deeper detail about that.
Rising tide lifts all boats.
That's a stupid thing.
Yeah, because the black people boat got a hole in it.
That's right. It's in the bottom of the damn lake.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was that. So we're going to get into the comment real quick.
Barack Obama is a joke.
So the comments where the debate started at, okay. He said something. And I related, you know, and I responded. I'll talk about related. But I responded. I was like, he's like, what was, and this is Yusef Moore. Shout out to him. Go check his page out on Facebook if you want to. Split. So I'm like, he says, what was he supposed to do? Blacks can do things for themselves. He can't be their savior. And I feel that 100%. Nobody can be their savior. You know, but we're just going to go on before I go on a rant. My response here, I said reparations and nothing else. So this is where it starts. He says, I'm against reparations. I said, so. He says reparations is bad. I say, tell that to the Jews who receive money because, well, I should have put Jewish. I might edit that. But tell that to the Jewish who receive money because of the Holocaust. Tell that to Japanese who I might need to edit this. Tell that to Japanese who still receive money because of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, or the Iranians who just got 800 billion. He says, I'm still not for it. I said, so. He says, what do you mean, so? The stuff that you named happened long after slavery ended in this country. It's still not right. That's why we should get it. They're still being compensated for those atrocious acts, and they're building their communities from it. Slavery was more atrocious and longer than all those acts combined. COVID was the closest thing to, matter of fact, I'm gonna edit this real quick, to reparations. Closest thing to reparations. I put it. I was moving to. How you spell that? Did I spell that right? I might spell it wrong. Nope. It's an A right there. Okay. And everybody got that. And that's real. Everybody got COVID. That's the closest thing to reparations that black people ever got in a whole entire life. The stimulus packet. Yeah, that's what I gotta specify it. Cause I don't like to be, lacking information. COVID, yeah. Yeah. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Even though it's out of the context of all those other things I mentioned, I know this brother probably gonna come back with, whatever. Hey, if y'all want a part 2 of this, cause this shit might continue. Cause, hey, I like a good debate. Even if I'm involved in it, where I can actually have well thought out, type it out. Okay, wait, counter arguments and shit like that. We probably get into this, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Okay? Make sure y'all do that. Stay peaceful, productive, and positive. It's that nigga Mom, and much love.
Can I be real or is it boring? To give you a peace of mind, cause mine is so enormous. Way past the norm, Norman, while you're conforming. Like comforting mattresses that comfort them with torment snoring. Like you in your own home with a home phone. I'm more like E.T., got a phone home past the moon. It's not a movie, I'm about to fly past it soon.